What's going on, everybody? Appreciate y'all tuning in to the channel here at 323 Fabrication. Nasty, crusty, multicolored, rusty, but drain the oil, start tearing it down. See what we got to do. We got to get that freeze plug replaced. Hopefully we won't find anything too awful exciting. Maybe it'll just go well. But needs a paint job, so we're gonna do that too. And then when we get done, we'll get to stick them sweet old Mickey Thompson valve covers on there. They're at the house. We rolled it out here, get some better light, get a little farther from the fan so the air noise won't be as bad. I went ahead and snatched the valve covers, and y'all can see this booger's good and crusty, which if you've been with us for a while, when we first tried to fire this up at the barn, we pulled this valve cover. And y'all can see all that junk, and that's from the valve covers deplating on the inside. It's pretty bad. Went ahead and pulled the plugs out. Dad made a great suggestion that we should go ahead and find TDC number 1. Make life easier when we go back together. Y'all, I don't know if y'all can see it, if it'll focus down in there, but we're top dead center number 1. And then he went ahead and pulled the distributor cap so we could show you we marked number 1, and it's pointed right at this lock right here. So that's right before firing on number 1. And something I learned, Kenny, our resident GTO man at work, told me about it, because otherwise we'd have rewired it backwards. But Pontiac, the firing order is still the same. It's 18436572 right there. But they wire on the distributor opposite of a Chevrolet, right? Or is it this way? Either way, it's opposite. But there's number 1, so it's going this way. And a Chevrolet would have gone that way, I believe. But anyway, there's number 1. So that was a good idea. Went ahead and found it, marked it, make it a lot easier to go back together. And then need to drain the oil. You can look here. We're at 0 degrees, so right there, right before, that's at top dead center. So I destroyed this heater hose feed, taking the hose off. That's the plan. We're gonna keep taking stuff apart, go ahead and drain this oil, pull the intake, water pump and whatnot. So y'all stay tuned. There's a couple of pecan shells, a dirt dauber nest, piece of vacuum hose.
What, no spiders?
No spiders. That's probably why the choke didn't work right there.
There's something extra.
A piece off of something.
Yeah, maybe the intake.
Well, water pump's off of it. This is our pile so far. Distributor. Didn't have a thermostat in it. Water pump is mint. There's old Balake. Hey, you're on YouTube.
Hey YouTube.
That's the heat riser mess running out of there. I'm gonna take that off. I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm just gonna block this off with a plate because we don't need it. I guess that's what's been done here. There's the old intake manifold. Nice and crusty. It'll get a good coat of paint. That's a stout booger there. Aluminum manifold's almost worth running just for the weight, but I watched if y'all don't watch Richard Holdner from West Tech Dyno in California, he does, I think he does at Engine Masters and stuff, but he does a lot of dyno stuff and keeps a lot of information and shares it. And they did a Pontiac 400 recently, And I think they used a Edelbrock torquer or an Edelbrock RPM. I don't remember. Anyway, they used the Edelbrock manifold. And then they also used the factory manifold. And the factory manifold made the same power. So, in case anybody wanted to know. But Dad's working on pulling the valley right now. Still need drain oil. I forgot drain oil. But I'll do that shortly. That's nice.
Rusty and crusty.
Oh yeah. But it had Earl in it, so that's a good thing. I guess just put these in here. Add them to our collection of...
Yeah, there's only 2 like them, so.
Yeah.
There was a PCV valve down in there. Being in the valve cover, that's what.
Ah, okay.
I'd like to pull that out for you. This one's got a washer. This one's supposed to have a washer.
Yeah. Want a screwdriver?
See, it's been off before.
Oh yeah. You want a video?
Thanks, buddy.
See what we got going on. You ready?
Yes.
It's a boy. Oh wait.
Oh.
It's got push rods and lifters and a camshaft.
Yeah.
Piece of junk.
Yeah. Piece of junk fell down there. Well, those gaskets there are in good shape.
CWC, does that mean anything to you? Camshaft wise? CWC.
Doesn't mean anything to me, buddy. I'm not a Pontiac guy. Probably means can't wait. Is that a scar or is that just...
Nasty. I thought it was a crack or something. Still feels like one.
It's not cracked. No, it ain't cracked.
Guess it's just a casting flaw.
Yeah.
Oh well. I guess we'll start backing off rock arms. I still got to pull the balancer and the pulley and the timing cover and all that.
Did you show inside the water pump?
I did. I'll All right, y'all. Dad's pulling lifters. Borrow one of them from you, sir. They really don't look super terrible. Oh, you want it?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep them in order.
Okay. This one got a little bit of, let's see if we can get it in the light. There you go. That don't wipe off. But let me show you guys the fun part here, and that's this timing chain. I mean, look at that. Look how much the camshaft moves. Crankshaft's not moving. So this thing's kind of rough. Dad's laying everything out over here. I looked a couple of these over, so that rocker arm's kind of smooth, not too bad. This one here is wearing a chunk out of it, trying to punch a hole through it. which is gonna be, that would have been this valve. It don't look too bad, but the rocker arm does. That's the one that was wearing on. They pretty stuck?
Yeah, that one is. This one I can't get to.
If I get this timing chain off, I can spin the cam, I guess, and push them up. So that's where we're at so far. So not looking great for the old 400. She's got a few miles on her. Get this old camshaft out of here. Got the eccentric off for the cam. Pulled the cam gear and the chain, and the key fell out. So that's always good. All right, y'all. Camshaft's out. So far, the only markings I see are a CWC and a 540-233. So, any of my Pontiac professionals out there that are watching this, let me know. Let's see, it's got a MAP on the back of it. That's all I got. So, y'all let me know. Probably turn it into a lampshade, lamp stand. There it is. Yeah. Gone forever. Dang, now we're gonna rebuild the whole motor place. My goodness, what are we gonna do? We can't take the old man off. We got a race in 3 weeks. We're gonna lose the shop now. We'll never make our deadline.
All because of that. Yeah. You do it. Drop brakes on it. Yeah.
They pulled me off at 4:45. We had several wide there.
You work on the fan, right?
Yeah. I got a big fence. Now there's 2.
Now I think you was messing with me.
But I didn't really mean to do that. I was trying to push it back in the bowl where it loosened up so much.
And then fell through. Might as well push them all through now.
That is one way to get around the road.
Number 6.
Hole.
You don't put camera lifters in it all this stuff you
Yeah. No, I guess it don't matter, man. You probably just get a coffee can and put them in a coffee can. We don't look at the cam bearings. The cam bearings just don't look at them. Don't look at them.
Nope. If you're thinking about doing it, no. Yeah, they're good. Come like this. Yeah.
This is how you gotta do something. When you get into it, you find out that you can do something.
I mean, this is a complete injury to it. It's one right.
Basically, yeah. That's kind of where we're getting.
That block needs to be
clean, disassembled, clean.
Cam bearings put in
Don't
it.
split the casing on the roof? Well, it only comes all
Don't
the
split
way
the
together.
heads come off, oil pan comes off.
That's it.
Yeah, it like you were saying, that take the, at this point you're looking at it and you're like, do you put this back together and run it? No, the thing to do is to take it apart, you know, check the cylinders. If it doesn't have to be bored, you cone it, put new rings on it, new bearings, polish the spring, clean the block, do all of that. Valve job, valve springs, timing chain, timing, you know, I mean, it's literally all of it. You rebuild the motor. At this point, that ain't what I'm trying to do. Yeah, that's the smart thing to do now is to rebuild.
If you're planning on keeping it, smart thing to do is more time, more money.
That's your second option.
Half of it, fix the car, and that stuff,
Comes back out.
all back out, and all over. And that's just up to you, or anything else. Because you stand there, and you can.
Well, the camshaft's out, lifters are out, motor's junk, head's coming off.
This alternator's bad.
That alternator's bad. I don't know what we're gonna do. See, this right here, guys, is why you put an LS in stuff, because we wouldn't even be doing this. But it's a GTO and it needs a Pontiac motor, and it's the only Pontiac motor we got. So instead of sticking a cam in it, Dad's right, we need to inspect a little more. I've already got a set of head gaskets, so we might as well pull the heads off and at least clean them. You know, if anything else. But we didn't look at the cam bearings, so the cam bearings are still good. So that part's okay.
Okay, if you don't look at it.
Yeah, if you don't look at them, they're good.
Right.
That's the rule.
That's the rule.
If you don't look at the bearings are still good. But we are going to pull the head since we got a set of head gaskets, and it'd really do these some good to at least clean them. See what the pistons look like. See what the cylinder walls look like. We got to pull the oil pan to get the dents out of it, because I don't know if y'all can tell. Flip you upside down. Somebody picked the car up with a floor jack using an oil pan, so oil pan was going to come off anyway, because I planned on.
Maybe a lifter or two in there.
Yeah, there's a couple lifters missing. May have dropped them. So that's the plan. Y'all keep checking it out. There you go, heads is off. All the water jackets are clogged up. It's got, you said probably a 20 thousandths? It's got a heck of a ridge in it on every cylinder. We'll pull the oil pan off here in a few minutes. But it ain't looking good for the old 400. It's a little sad. There's the heads. Guess they look okay. Oil pan's pretty nasty, got some gunk in it. We'll get it all cleaned up, figure out what we're gonna do. All right, y'all. Slept on the thoughts about this thing last night, and Dad and I talked about it yesterday. So we're gonna pull a rod cap, main cap, check the bearings and the crankshaft out, see what it looks like. If we can put a set of bearings in it and a set of rings, cut the ridge out the block, put a set of rings in it, and just freshen it up without spending a lot of money, put a new oil pump on it, clean everything, that's the route we're gonna go. Because, you know, that'd be cheaper than changing everything. So we're gonna see if we can just do an old cheap rebuild on it. But that's the plan for this morning. We'll let y'all see what it looks like when we get it apart. Chrome sockets on the impact. Save life on the edge. Pretty cooler. I got one.
Which one are you thinking?
Nope.
That baby's tough there, bud.
Engine stands like these will turn over.
Yeah, like a breaker bar or something? That's what that is, man. There you go. Just took a little crisp torque.
Trying to do it without moving the motor.
What is that, Chris?
The old pump drive shaft.
Yeah. Is that bad?
I mean, it's gonna come out. Anyway.
No, I was going to turn it, but I don't think I'm supposed to do that.
Turn what?
Yeah, I probably could turn it anyway. It's on.
Bearing staged up.
Scarred up.
That's rough.
Yeah, that's real rough.
That's bad.
Is that bad, man?
Yeah, crank can be polished. I mean, I can feel it with my fingernail though.
Yeah.
It ain't great. Swipe it off. See what stays. Yeah, that's pretty rough there.
The bearings.
Yeah, you can see the scratches on the camera. How did it get scratched?
Just probably not oil changed enough and trash in it. I mean, it sat 20 years before we fired it up for the first time. So.
Yeah, they're gonna. Yeah, that's bad. They're gonna have to get a new one of these.
Pump, yeah. Strainers can be cleaned.
Yeah,
we'll
we'll
get
clean
you.
it. New pump, new bearings, new rings, reuse the rods, pistons,
Why are you
crankshaft.
putting it back on, Chris?
Because I don't need it off right now.
Don't want to lose it.
Yeah, keep it all together, keep it all in order. If these aren't stamped, I'll go back and stamp all of them.
For the order of them, where they come from.
Yeah, but you keep them in order and they all face a certain way, but you'll stamp, you know, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, so you'll stamp a 4 there and a 4 there.
Yeah.
And then be able to keep track of it. Yeah, I got a little wear in it.
Well, there's a coat on top of this,
Mm-hmm.
so the coat on top is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Copper short.
But this one don't. Yeah, it's got a pretty good bit of wear. Man, I don't know. If I had to pull it apart and measure everything, and then kind of go from there, because if we got to go crank's got to be turned and not just polished. There's gonna be a lot more to this. Oh well.
Then we want it.
Yeah. So I guess that's where we're at with the motor. I just probably call that good on this video because we got to figure out a game plan now. I got to price some parts. I don't know if I want to tear this all the way down and spread it out yet. Probably just wait, figure out what we're actually going to do. So that's the condition of the 400 out of the GTO, guys. If anybody got any Pontiac secrets or know where there's a cheap, good motor, let me know. Because at the moment, we are running out of time. Y'all have a good one.